France is hosting a conference in an attempt to revive the Israel-Palestinian peace process. The last round of talks came to a hostile end in April 2014. Palestinians and Israel officials will not be attending. Instead, the Middle East quartet, made up of the US, EU, UN and Russia, along with some European and Arab countries, will meet in Paris. France is putting forward 5 matters for discussion. It's called for Israel to reduce its presence in Palestinian territory by returning to 1967 borders. And Jerusalem, a holy city for both Muslim and Jews, would be the capital of both Israel and the state of Palestine. Well, Dana Lewis is in Paris with us for more details. Dana, good to talk to you. One has to ask, if Israel and Palestine aren't attending, how is this actually going to accomplish anything?
Good morning, Natasha. Well, I mean, the fact that they are not here is probably a good thing by the conference organizers, because they believe if the two sides were sitting across from one another at the table right now, it would be a very short meeting indeed, because they have very little to agree on between themselves right now. So the idea is that this sets in motion a new framework for discussion. The French hope that this breathes new life into a process that has been dead for 2 years. They haven't talked to one another for 2 years, the Israelis and Palestinians. So what they want to do is set about a framework that would lead to a full peace summit then, including the Israelis and Palestinians, next fall, this coming fall, I should say. Obviously, the old issues are on the table, as you mentioned, the final status of Jerusalem, the return of refugees, the settlement building in the West Bank. But the idea is that this peace conference, together with other things that are in motion, the efforts by the Egyptian president, also the quartet, and they are due to deliver a report. That's Russia, the United States, and the European Union and the United Nations. That report is due soon. So all of this seems to be gathering some momentum, and the French hope that this will get the peace process back on track. And they believe that some of this will go back to the Saudi peace initiative of 2002, which said essentially to Israel, you will have recognition if you return to the 1967 borders and allow the establishment of a two-state solution, the establishment of a Palestinian state, Natasha.
Dana, I understand what you're saying with the fact that there may be less hostility if Israel and Palestine aren't there, but the very fact that you've pointed out that they are unable to sit at the same table in a conference such as this surely points to more problems, that what the French are proposing is, well, frankly, pie in the sky kind of stuff.
Well, a lot of people are skeptical that this conference can get anywhere at this point, and that the Israelis and Palestinians are ready for any kind of discussions. But certainly look at the upswing in violence over the last year, since October. I mean, that alone should be a driver between the two sides to sit down with one another. They've had over 200 Palestinian deaths and over 28 Israelis killed. The Palestinians actually welcome this process, and they believe that it's necessary, that Israel will not come to the table without it. Of course, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has taken the position that he does not want anyone to mediate between the two sides. He says the only solution is for the Israelis to sit directly with the Palestinians, and that's the only way that an agreement can be reached. But the international community takes the position that he is not exactly an honest broker when he says that the Israelis call for direct talks, but they really don't want them.
Dana Lewis in Paris, thank you.